What if the internet wasn't just lines of code? What if it was, I don't know, an actual parallel reality?
Like truly entangled with our own.
Yeah, exactly. A place where digital battles fought with data actually decide what happens in the physical world.
That's a wild concept.
It is, and today we're diving deep into the source material for Metakynts. It's this cyber thriller narrative that explores exactly that idea, a total war.
Not just guns and bombs, but consciousness, information, belief itself.
Yeah, it's a really rich text.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And our mission today isn't just to retell the story. We want to unpack the rules, the core mechanics of this digital world they call Digiterra.
How do people get in? How do they control it?
And what does it mean if information can be weaponized on that fundamental level? That's what we need to figure out.
Okay, so the setup is pretty epic. You've got these hacker activists, right? The cypherpunks.
Uh-huh. Founded by Satoshi, the story goes, funded entirely by Bitcoin, totally off-grid freedom fighters.
And they're up against, well, everyone else, basically. These huge corporate giants.
The FNGs and the BATs. The sources describe them as sort of like corporate superstates that control everything. Tech, economy.
It's not just about money for them, is it? It's total control.
Total dominion, yeah. That's the vibe.
And we see this whole war through the eyes of Deji. He starts out as, well, just this regular guy, apparently, ex-military.
Right, he gets pulled in, tasked with delivering this mysterious drive to someone called the Courier.
And his guide, his sort of frantic handler, is this cypherpunk named Spartacus.
Who basically throws him into the deep end.
So let's get into Digiterra itself. It's not like VR, right? You don't just log in.
No, not at all. The sources frame it as this entangled, deeper reality. It's layered under our physical world, which they call Terra.
And if you exist here, in Terra.
You automatically exist there as a digital twin, simultaneously.
Okay, wow. And the first big rule here is about presence, or power.
Yeah, power is presence. How solid, how dense your digital twin appears, and how much you can do.
It depends on what?
It's based entirely on your real-world data density, your digital footprint, essentially.
Wait, so if you've lived off the grid, like Deji apparently did,
Yeah.
you're almost nothing in Digiterra.
Exactly. Like a ghost. Faint, weak. Because you haven't generated enough data. Social media, bank records, all that stuff.
You lack digital weight.
Precisely. Which means the big corporations, the FANs and backies who are constantly churning out data, they start with a massive advantage. Overwhelming digital mass.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do you actually control this digital twin? How do you link your mind to it?
That's called fee-sync. Synchronization of consciousness with Digiterra. It's less about typing commands and more about achieving this perfect mental state, like flow, but absolute.
Maximize fee sync, maximize control.
I got it.
And the sources lay out two main ways to achieve that peak synchronization.
They do. First is something called verisimilitude, which just means doing the exact same thing physically and digitally at the same time.
Like moving your real hand and your digital hand perfectly together.
Right. It locks the realities.
Yeah.
But it's obviously limited in what you can do.
Okay, what's the second way?
That's the ultimate goal. Perfect, full meditation. Your physical body is totally still, maybe hidden somewhere safe.
While your consciousness acts freely and powerfully in Digiterra.
Yes, that's mastery.
Yeah.
But it's incredibly hard to maintain.
Because if your actions in Terra and Digiterra don't match,
You get pi to sync. Your control slips, weakens. Imagine trying to stay perfectly synced while fighting for your life.
yeah, especially against enemies who are basically digital heavyweights. It sounds terrifyingly difficult.
It is. And you need tools just to get started. Spartacus has to basically force Deji's initial connection.
Using a keyblade.
Yeah, it sounds dramatic, but it grants him phi-term access. Think of it like root access to Digiterra itself.
And that unlocks, what was it, a grimoire?
His personal phi-term grimoire, which is just a personalized list of commands, special actions you can only do in Digiterra. They call them phi hacks.
Like a cheat code list for reality.
Sort of, yeah. But the real anchor, the core mystical element, is the qubit.
Okay, what's that?
It's described as the unique point in space and time that links your physical self and your digital self.
Yeah.
It's fundamental.
And understanding that, synchronizing with your qubit, that's the key to real power.
That's the path to unlocking the ultimate ability, the phi max attack.
Okay, so these aren't just abstract concepts for long. Things get real fast.
Oh, yeah. Deji's barely started figuring this out when the Fanagis hit Slip Haven, the cypherpunk base, hard.
And this is where we see Deji isn't just some random guy. His military training clicks right in.
He reacts instantly. Effing mercenaries are pouring out of this busted elevator shaft, heavily armed.
But Deji has nothing, right? No weapon.
Right. And here's another twist showing the depth of corporate control. FAing weapons are biometrically locked.
Locked to the user, so you can't just pick one up off the ground.
Nope, it's coded into the hardware.
Hmm.
So the first skill you need isn't marksmanship, it's hacking your own gun.
Which Deji can't do, so Spartacus has to step in.
Yeah, he pulls off this desperate emergency phi hack. The command is something like override gene sequence cross-reference, isolation tunnel skip.
Sounds risky.
Extremely
Eh.
high-level stuff. But it works. It unlocks a Hefiang rifle Deji managed to grab.
Giving him a fighting chance.
A huge advantage momentarily. But the source's stress, doing it rushed, skipping the proper security, it had consequences.
It alerted the FANGs.
Yep. Alerted them to their exact location, and worse, confirmed the presence of a major player.
Ah, Annalise Tokini. Senior FANG overlord. The main antagonist.
The very same. So now she knows they're there.
They have to bail. And their escape vehicle is something else.
Built by Satoshi himself, apparently. It's a boat that transforms into a submarine.
And crucially, it's completely free of corporate spyware. Crypto-funded, totally off-grid.
Brilliant. Shows the level of paranoia and tech needed to survive.
So where did they run?
To City Zen. It's this cypherpunk refuge down in Antarctica.
And it's not just a hideout, is it? The source calls it a sovereign microstate.
Fully fledged. Completely off the grid, outside the reach of any nation or corporation.
And the tech there. It makes a serious point.
Oh, absolutely. Things like hyper-efficient solar power that meets all their needs, advanced aircraft cloaking, even some kind of quantum unlocked tech using microwave transmitters.
And the source material is explicit. This tech could exist in the outside world.
But it's deliberately held back.
Yeah.
Suppressed for profit by the corporations.
So City Zen is like living proof of what's possible without that corporate greed.
Exactly. It asks you, what if technology actually served people, not profit margins? That physical haven is just as vital as the digital battlefield.
Okay, let's pivot back to Annalise Tokini. Outside Slip Haven, she gets into a fight herself, right? Against some other drones.
Yeah, BAT infiltrator drones. Rivals, basically. And this is where we see the true horror of the Phymax power she wields.
So what does she do?
She uses this chillingly simple command, give me all that is you.
And that means?
It's not just data deletion. She literally rips the data, the core essence, the identity out of her targets.
Whoa, wait. Rips their essence out.
Yeah. The sources describe these advanced battle drones just falling from the sky, becoming these wrinkled, shriveled husks.
Like their digital soul got sucked out.
That's exactly the implication.
Yeah.
Their core data structure is shredded, extracted. Digital death isn't just being offline, it's total obliteration of identity.
Man, that really raises the stakes for what this war is about.
Absolutely. And it sets the stage perfectly for Deji's own final test. He has to synchronize with his key bit.
Through that mysterious door thing.
Right. He goes into this void, just pure information, alone, and he has to confront himself.
And inside, he finds out the truth about his fiancée, Onya.
A devastating truth. He confronts this manipulated memory and realizes she didn't commit suicide. That was a lie he was fed.
She was murdered by the bad guys.
Murdered by the antagonist, yes. But here's the truly insidious part, at the core of this thought war.
What did they do?
After the murder, they didn't just implant a false memory. They used what the source calls a white noise generator.
To do what?
To basically spam his mind with digital noise, disinformation. They call it digital vandalism. It overrode his real memories of the trauma, replaced them with the suicide narrative.
They edited his past, his grief.
That's the ultimate violation, isn't it? Assassinating not just a person, but their memory, their identity.
So when Deji finally accesses those locked away truths, when he understands what really happened,
He achieves perfect alignment with his keybit, total synchronization.
and he emerges different.
Completely. He's no longer that faded, low-density avatar. He appears in his full, dense Digiteran form. He's whole, connected.
His transformation is complete. He's not just Deji anymore.
No. His journey as the ordinary guy ends there. He meets the emissary she's described as a Digitarian priestess, part of their council.
And she gives him a new mission.
A new mandate to join the Kaib Master Code. It's about engaging in thought warfare.
To fight harmful ideas, obliterate them.
That's the charge. And he accepts his new role, taking the name he was meant to find all along.
He becomes the courier.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here from Metakynts?
Well, it seems clear the core idea is that this fight goes way beyond just hacking or tech. It's a fundamental battle over reality itself.
Yeah, over information, consciousness, what you even perceive is real.
And if we try to connect that to our world, the scariest part is what happened to Deji, right?
Absolutely. That idea that your memories, your very identity, can be actively manipulated, overwritten, or just deleted by targeted noise and disinformation.
That's the ultimate stake in this kind of thought war. Controlling not just the network, but controlling your history, what you believe happened.
Chilling stuff.
And there's one last detail from the sources that really stuck with me about the FANG's attitude.
Oh, what was that?
When they were assessing threats, they were focused on cataloging important people. But they completely dismissed wasting time looking into Deji's background because it was just, and this is their quote, ramshackle ruins found in some African shithole.
Wow. That level of arrogance.
Exactly. And that dismissal, that assumption that nothing important could come from a place they deemed insignificant.
That's precisely why they missed who Deji really was. The emissary even says he was absolutely not a nobody. They just couldn't see it.
So the final thought we wanted to leave you, the listener, with is this. If the source of real resistance, the key to fighting back against that kind of total control, is actually hidden in the places the powerful ignore or look down on.
Then where else, right now in our own world, might the seeds of real freedom, real digital autonomy be growing, completely unnoticed by the mainstream?
Something to think about.